Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Superman Man of Steel Power Flight Superman figure. And this is from Kenner from 1995. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the figure. So taking a look at the figure, so this is from the Man of Steel Superman toy line from Kenner from 1995, and this is more reminiscent of the the rebirth of Superman after he died from Doomsday when he came back. He's got that longer mullet style haircut, which a lot of people don't like, but I mean this figure looks pretty good. I mean as far as the outfit's concerned, it looks great. You know, the Superman's logo on his chest looks good, the cape looks good, the coloring, it's still got that classic body of the Superman, just that different head sculpt, which isn't too bad, but take a look at him. So he is the Power Flight Superman. He's got that takeoff force arm action. So basically what happens is you would just push down on his head a little bit and his arms pop up like that. And that's really all that happens. Now that does hinder the articulation because there's this point where his arms always kind of just want to fall, want to pop up. You can kind of manipulate and kind of mess with the latch that the arm is on, so now it's in the down position, but his arm is like he's punching. But if you were to make the thing go, his arm would go back farther than it probably should. So you can get more articulation than the figure really wants you to if you mess with it, but I feel like it could damage the figure over time. So articulation, this guy is very, very minimal. So I mean his head can move forward and back a little bit like that, but that's just really for the takeoff action. His arms can move and you can rotate them more than what they're locked in kind of all the way around, but it's not really a nice clean motion, which is unfortunate. And then his legs move forward and back. I mean they go all the way back, but other than that there's no waist turn, there's nothing on this guy. And then he's got his cape, which is removable. It's actually not attached to him on his shoulders like this right here. You can see they're off. It's actually held together by two pegs that go into the back of his shoulders. So kind of nice. It looks kind of weird when you're playing with it up here and this pops up like this, but kind of like those other older Supermans that used to have the cloth cape with the little plastic C thing, that's not going to break real easy, and you'll have this cape for a while. So it's definitely a better thing for him. And then he comes with this chain, which is kind of goofy. This chain, just has a Superman logo here, and essentially what that do is that would attach to his hands when he's flying, and it would actually grab a bad guy. So he'd have it. Let me just, I guess, as he's flying. I mean, I guess because Superman can't just carry somebody, he needs something to chain on. You would chain it onto his arms like that, and he'd fly and take the person away. Kind of cheesy. Nice to have it. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was just something like he could like bend, like to show his strength, but that's really what it's designed for when you read the package. But let's take a closer look at him. Taking a look at his head here, he has that longer hairstyle from after the death of Superman when he came back, and it's that mullet looking style. It's not bad per se, but it's definitely not my favorite. But they did a good job of painting his blue eyes. They're definitely a piercing blue if you look at them. And I like the way the cape looks over his shoulders. Like I said, they do pop up a little bit, but I like this better than those old C-clips that kind of clipped around the back of the neck to keep the cape on. And it's a rubber cape, and it moves pretty nice. And then you got the nice Superman logo on his chest, which looks great. I mean, overall, I think this guy looks good, and the way that the cape goes down and kind of folds around his shoulders, I think is molded really nice. Take a look at his midsection. I mean, he's molded bulky. I mean, this is Superman, so you can see the muscles in his suit. You can see the logo and his belt. Everything is just the standard colors. I mean, he looks good. He looks like he's supposed to as far as comic book Superman is. And then if we take a look at the back, you can see he's got the yellow Superman logo molded in his cape and then painted, which is really cool. I think that's really, really nice. I mean, and like I said, the cape is rubber. And then underneath, it's just more molds of his muscles and stuff on his suit. And you can see the two little holes that would take the pegs for his cape. And take a look at his boots. I mean, pretty standard. It's got the standard mold, just the standard red boots. I like the length of the cape on this figure. Kind of goes down real nice. And you can see, you know, the boots are done really nice. Like I said, the cape is rubber, so we can get a pretty easy, nice look at his boots. But pretty standard Superman stuff overall. And as I said, this is the Power Flight Superman. So, I mean, the main look of him is he's supposed to be as he's flying. So you would do that feature, get him to fly, and then you got that flying look with his arms up, which looks good. I just wish there was more articulation in his arms. This is pretty much the flagship version of Superman in this toy line. They do have the black suit Superman in there as well, and a couple other ones from the Death and Return of Superman, and they even have a Doomsday and a 2-pack. But, I mean, this is the main Superman you get with that long hairstyle. And for size comparison, here we have the Superman Man of Steel Power Flight Superman next to the 1985 Kenner Superpowers Brainiac figure. This is a really old figure. He's definitely seen better days. Maybe someday I'll review him, but you can see this is the size comparison. The Superpowers toy line is the one that I grew up with that version of Superman, the Batman, and the Robin, and those figures. Like I said, with those capes, the C-clips. And I mean, he looks pretty good. Like I said, he's a great looking Superman. He's definitely not my favorite as far as the hairstyle, but I mean, he looks good. He's got that classic style Superman that I read as a comics. I read the Death of Superman and the Return, the Reign of the Superman, all those comics. That was when I was a kid, and I love that stuff. So picking this guy up is cool. I don't like his articulation in his arms, unfortunately. I think that's kind of a negative thing for this figure, but I mean, he's definitely good on a shelf. He looks good, and if you're going to have him to fly, it's really nice. But I really wish they had more articulation in the arms. But overall, a nice looking figure. And like I said, this is the more of the flagship figure in this toy line, and I think he looks good overall. So once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and I will see you guys next time.